Hey everybody, Koosemose here, back again with Last Dream World Unknown. We are in Westonia, which is a very large place. And, well, there's a lot to check out, so I'm probably going to cut between interesting sections. Alright, Soldier's Journal. Dread, and the uncertain passage of time. Finally, the official word comes. I'm deployed to fight for peace between the humans and goblins, and I am numb. You know what? I mean, the journals and all that are interesting, but they're not really relevant world information, so let's continue on. See what else we have. Importance of bow accountability. Not interested. You, sir. The goblins of Ugbar are rightly deserving of our sympathies. While they may hold an area of land equal to the humans and elves, their land is riddled by desert and badlands. Until recently, I had thought it was always that way, but then I read about the Tower of Pestilence. Apparently, the tower was a magnificent obelisk meant to appease the gods, or devils, of the mysterious religion. It was built in the center of a majestic forest, not in the blight that you see today. Now, not even the goblin tribes can recall why their ancestors... Okay. Abandoned the Tower of Pestilence and their religion, nor why the forest started to slowly die around the tower. Do you think that their relatively newfound reverence for nature could be an atonement for the horrors brought about by their old religion? Could be. My bones ache from the inactivity of intense research. At my age, I must move to retain my mobility, but I often lose track of time. I lose myself in the world of the past. My current research focus is the polluted grounds and castle that lie to the east of Theopolis. The history books contain elaborate paintings of the castle's interior. The last person to reside there was reportedly a talented inventor. It's a pity that such a beautiful area has become a place to be avoided. No one has been able to enter the old castle because the water is so polluted that it will eat away the whole of any boat or raft. I suppose we'll never know. I should arguably refocus my research to another topic, but I cannot bring myself to do it. Okay. And papers. Always gotta read the papers. Okay, note on beasts. A burning ship at sea is a violent irony. Our present merchant vessels gingerly float across our vast oceans, all the while made of wood, with the mast stretched upward, inviting lightning to strike. When the ship explodes into fire, even amidst a literal ocean of watery suppressant, people of my profession engage in the odd sight of hurriedly tossing seawater onto the ship as if to sink it. I came to Westonia after I learned of Rockwood's destruction. Nothing would devastate this grand city so much as fire, whether careless or arson. I stand guard, ready to do on land what I have practiced on water. Alright, what about this book? Wonders of the World. Imagine a silver cube, a mile to each side, upon which a princeling would rub a cloth, just once every 1,000 generations. Mount Agni has stood longer than 1,000 of such cubes, borne down to nothingness. Interesting. Disease is a frightening thing, especially for those who do not understand its root causes. The forsaken city of Ambar is only a historical footnote, but to any who look closely, it's a stark reminder that superstition's rule over science is a horrific failing. In the days when the first goblins became ill, their remedies were nothing more than empty appeals to supernatural spirits for mercy. So deadly was the plague unleashed upon Ambar that every single citizen perished, and Ambar has been abandoned ever since. The one point that remains unknown is the source of the disease. Since everyone living there died, there remained no one to tell the tale. Tragedy of Fire by Sorrowful. The uncopied 73-volume set of The Trials of Lord Gyros by Celathil had perished in a devilish arsonist fire. Many suspect Aurelius and mourn the loss of this irretrievable work. It would have been more fitting to have Celathil's biography set in stone. And what are these books? More Soldiers' Journals. As I said, I'm not that concerned with those. Welcome to the Westonia Library. The Rare Items exhibit is currently on display at the south end of the second floor. Enjoy your visit. Okay. So lots and lots of books because library. Ooh, book set aside. Just another Soldier's Journal. And these are all Soldier's Journals. Yeah, definitely not going to read 40 some odd volumes. What these? Good lord, it's just a library of journals. Boy's Dream, Volume 1 by Idle Fantasy. Imagine if the veneer chose me to be the test of humankind. They would dare me dangerous deeds, and I'd save maidens fair. My selfless acts would be witnessed by millions from hidden veneer viewing portals of which I was unaware. The test required would be daunting and the rewards great, but secretly tailored for me. Triumph was mine often, but sometimes I'd fail impossible tasks, and everyone would understand my heroic guilt. Ooh, a chest. Let's check that out. Full elixirs. I haven't even needed to use those yet. Scattered papers list numerous book titles under the heading of books to read. Free by Woke. I awoke and you were not there because you were never here. Fairy tales, religion, absolutes. I matured in this order. What myths have I yet to abandon? Boy's Dream, Volume 5. From the world, I feel admiration, pity, and understanding. The world values me, and my life is valuable. All races protect secrets, and the secrets that they withhold most tightly are those that they would like to forget. If the elves knew that this rare book still existed, they would... And it looks like text is getting cut off there. Like you can see just a little bit of what you assume is an L. Anyways, they would gladly incinerate its pages, despite their professed love of knowledge and literature. Say the word Sarno to an elf and see if you catch a glimpse of dread in their eyes. This aged tome details the exploits of the dark elven mage Sarno and his eventual demise at the hands of the Holdren army. During those violent days, the human and goblin races were still young and paid scant attention to the affairs of the elves. But in Holdra, terror ruled and the world was a starkly different place. Had Sarno achieved his bid to control Holdra, he would have exterminated the humans, elves, and even dwarves with a flourish, and created an army of dim-witted goblin slaves. Why can't the elves accept their past and simply put it behind them? Interesting question. So up to 72 of a soldier's journal. So this is, I forget what the display is. Seek the illuminated pathway of literature to explore impossible worlds within your mind. The agile parry with precise language, the careless scat words like the damned. Welcome to the Peerless Westonia Library, where the recorded histories of the ancient, middle, and modern past have been cultivated for your erudition. Welcome to the Westonia Library. You'll find rare treasures here that exist nowhere else. Please look and appreciate, but don't touch. Okay. Can I not even see what these are? So be it. The Necrolibalis, which translates to Book of the Dead in Ancient Elven, myths and legends of the necromantic incantations within the book abound. I guess these are attached to the books above. Thaumaturgical Codex, a collection of magical spells from anonymous authors. To this day, no more complete set of magical incantations is known. The Reign of Ixalan, first of the Elves. This ancient tome is believed to be the only remaining copy of this rare text that details the life of Volundra's first king, Axelon. The Great War, Our Collective Shame, written by the founder of the Mercenaries Guild, Ahmad Khan, and seen by many as the key document in healing the wounds of the Great War. Can I take any of these in any way? No? Really wish I could read these from that side, it'd be much more useful. The largest ruby ever discovered, found approximately 1,000 years ago in the now abandoned mines of Karanor. Rare quartz crystals from the Grimlar mine. Elven researchers theorize that these crystals may one day be used to amplify magic spells and would allow one person to perform the work of 100. An ancient stone tablet found during the discovery of the floating fortress. The glyphs chiseled into the tablet match no known language among humans, elves, goblins, or dwarves. So it'd be veneer, presumably. A skull of an unknown species. The skull has many of the characteristics of an elven skull, but is elongated and 50% larger than any recorded skull of elven ancestry. So again, presumably veneer. Alright, and we've got shops up here. Do we have any recipes? Okay, so I finally did get to Quillen's Horns. I did some, running around doing stuff. But now, I need to find myself my fish. So I might see about fishing off camera at some point. So I can go ahead and get those. And now, open this chest. Alright, let's check the next building. A dwarf comes alive with the red-hot forge before him. Such is the pleasure of the dance and flames, raw material and endless potential. If I can imagine it, I can craft it. All my life I dreamt of rejoining the mighty Tiefling. Tiefling? The sword was broken centuries ago when our great King Durin fell during the Great War. Half the sword is kept by the Dwarven King in Svarta, but sadly, the other half was lost on North Aldrin when our stronghold fell. No one knows where the hilt of Tiefling lies. I'm asking ye, how are the elves survived so long? They had distaste for battle and build ill-defended plump targets. They call them cities. They are rightly worried about the Dark Army. Hell, I might attack them myself. There's some good loot here. I could have my pick. Who cares about the stuffy World Council? This is the best party on Firma and it's not going to end for weeks. Is there a way down here? Perhaps not. Oh, that's interesting. The humans are too eager to fight. Within their culture, tales of glory and conquest are spun by the old and offered up to the young for inspiration. Bravery when confronting an mighty enemy is extolled to all. The result is expected and sad. Mere children enlisting and discarding their lives in the pursuit of glory. Don't they realize how soon 75 years of living expires? Are you waiting for the great Wagner too? Who? You're truly missing out, my friend. What if I say yes? There's no doubt that he's the greatest pianist in over a century. To hear his concerto in person will be sublime. I'm getting old and my fingers won't work the way that they used to. I would love it if someone played a piece on the piano. It would fill my heart with joy. Let's do just that. Oh, right. Stop playing, yes. What do you say now, lady? Thank you, that music is lovely in my ears. Here's something for your troubles. Silence ring. Funny. It's great to hear that you are still interested in the arts. Play the organ. Okay, unsurprisingly, I think that's the only song that actually exists on an organ. Ooh. It must be a skill shop. That's just a stairwell, okay. Most goblin too ashamed to speak of old religion. They only talk about nature and harmony with great sacred goblin tree. But it not forever that way. Goblin ruin land with idol to old religion, then realize great error of way. Goblin Paganism, Volume 1. The goblins of Ugbar pretend as if they have always practiced their environmentalism and reverence of the sacred tree. However, they have a dark past which they hope to hide. Yes, tell me more. And give me stuff. Ah, yes, Goblin House. Lots of stuff everywhere. Like just tucked into every little nook and cranny. Ooh, another book. The Grand Ugbar Pagoda still stands as a monument to their ancient religion that worship dark gods. To the author's knowledge, no goblin will go within 10 miles of the old pagoda. I wonder where it is and how to get there. Sounds exciting. Permit 21E, good lord. From the first moment I held a dagger, I've adored the Mercenaries Guild, especially those members who hunted the unchallenged, fiercest monsters. I was heart-stricken when I heard that Rockwood was destroyed, but I found some solace in learning that Ignatius survived and arrived in Westonia. He naturally established a new outpost southeast of Theopolis. Because North Aldrin is a smaller continent, and the Guild is a global force, there have always been scouts in the major cities of Firma that report powerful monsters to the Guild. I would love to meet one of them, but I admit to being terrified of leaving the safety of Westonia. I guess some people are doers and others are just admirers, eh? Westonia and the surrounding area, of course. Guild Scouts Handbook. Guild Scouts should never approach a target. It is a scout's priority to gather knowledge and report back to the Guild leadership. Let duty rule over any sense of glory. Wise advice. Gotta love the orbs. Anything else in here? Well, that, of course. And that. Excellent. And next we have apartment 11E. World Council's smart, so me come here to ask them questions. Me not sure what they look like, though. Humans say me ask dumb question, and elves say nobody ever asks dumb question. First question me have for World Council is, who right? Actually a fairly interesting, I suppose, philosophical question. And what about you, sir? Me almost die when traveling to Grimlar before. Human come talk to me on the road. They say they want stuff of mine. Me okay to trade. So me show them everything, but they take out big weapon. Me run away fast and drop everything as I go. Only reason I make it back. Can I get to your bookshelf, sir? The ancient trade route. The geography of Vir, with its mountains that encircle Estonia, makes trade more difficult for the nation of Orphos. Prior to the Great War, Orphos found a solution to this problem by utilizing the ancient trade route. When the Great War struck, the bridges of the ancient trade route were destroyed as a defensive measure by the elves and have never been rebuilt. I mean, I suppose it's reasonable if you have a giant world-spanning war. Onward, Department 12E. This is interesting. When I learned that 2 children with unusual powers had been abandoned at the Estonia border, I had to investigate. It is rare among humans to possess magical capabilities, and incredibly rare to have the latent power that these children possess. It is astonishing because this gift found its way to twins. Because of their magical abilities, they will live much longer than normal human, and that may be difficult for them to accept. They will straddle the realities between being human and elf, while likely never being fully accepted by either community. But they do have me, and I am glad they have each other. I am so pleased that I have my brother. It's been scary having so much power, and he helps me control my talents. Apparently, it's very rare among humans to have this degree of magical gifts. Interesting. Of course, you know, we're a party full of apparently all humans with a fair degree of magic. Anything to thieve from these kids? It'd be really funny if I thieved from them and they had to fight them. Our parents abandoned us when we were mere babies because of our magical abilities. We've been raised by a kindly elf who helped us control our powers so that we do not accidentally injure others. I feel like this could be a later plot point, actually. Let's head down real quick. We've got... Yeah, was there no way between these buildings? I can't... What? The connection between these places confounds me at times. Okay. I think I found my way around. It's on the other floor. Goodness. Estonia Magical Laboratories. That sounds exciting. Ooh. Welcome to Estonia Magical Laboratories. Feel free to explore. Can I talk to this? Blue flame is cool to the touch. Oh, tell it to get out my way. Rejuvenating elixir. Lovely. Very pleasant music here. Diary of a Traveling Merchant. Oh, okay, we've got tons and tons of those. What about this thing? Appears to be a cloud of water vapor, or watery vapor, perhaps. Now get my way. Okay, good. Sparkling armor. Suit of armor sparkles mysteriously. Music composition was apparently conjured by magic. However, the ballad still isn't very good. Incantation, but you dare not speak it. Look closely at the lightly penciled hopeful poem on the scattered pages. Look closely as the lightly penciled hopeful poem, good lord, I cannot read today, on the scattered pages transitions into dark ink and a cynical diatribe against idealism. Scalding hot steam rises from the pages of the book. Flames dance in place. A lot of stuff doing things. And on to the next floor. Books of the Traveling Merchant. Good lord, the mages, you sure have a lot of stuff on merchants. My colleagues who specialize in what they call the pure forms of magic fail to recognize that the greatest feats are accomplished when combining both white and black magic. In my research, I believe I have found a way to use the very air itself to crush your enemies. I call this force cosmic pressure. To test my theory, I require certain monster remains that have special magical properties. Please bring me 5 of each of the following monster remains: spirit coals, amber sludges, and hellion wings. Please return to me if you have managed to acquire these remains. Do I have them? I guess not. Source of light cannot be determined. Draft book is impossible to open. You know what? Let's write down what he wants. just so that I have it on hand. Let's see. Gray Mage. Researcher. Floor 2 of the magical, I'll just say lab, Westonia. He wants 5 spirit coals, 5 amber sludges. I do kind of wish there was a quest log. And 5 Hellion wings. Okay. So continuing on. More of the merchant? Yes, of course. Powerful monsters leave remains that contain spirits and essences that are very useful for learning new spells, but even if you have the remains, you may not have the potential to learn new spells. Unfortunately, it appears that you don't have any white magical potential. Aha. Ipso Epto Core XD, I desire more HP. Oh. Ipso Epso Core B, I desire more G. Okay. Anything else I can read here? Spells by gathering specific monsters. It appears you don't have any black magical potential. Interesting. Still magic even if you know how it's done. Cool to touch, but the steam continues to rise. More of the merchant. I read this book. Ah, yes, the impossible to open book, and ooh, a blue chest. Sapphire staff, eh? Well, I believe that's probably something we want to look to giving to Sid. Increases int by a good bit. I think that's probably superior. I mean, the MP pay, MP gain on the mercenary staff is pretty negligible amount, I would say. Book vanished. Interesting. More merchant. Apparently he has a kid now. So one presumes there's a wife or something of the sort to go with it. A deeply imprinted star with precision straight lines. Or are they bending? That makes sense of the garbled text. Did that book reappear somewhere? Ah! Okay. I don't think I'm going to read any more of these. I didn't quite click that. Oh, that's weird. I mean, maybe it keeps going. But I don't think I want to find out, really. I can't see it being just infinite money and max HP. Right? That's ludicrous, right? In 1,000 years, we will not be even 1% closer to the awesome technological advancement of the veneer. To levitate an entire island, it's beyond comprehension, and yet there it hangs, a beacon of scientific advancement. And I believe there was someone over this way. Yes, you, miss. I had heard stories of the lower and upper cities of Westonia, but until you're here, you can't truly appreciate that awesome grandeur. Just last night, I climbed the stairs to the roof of the inn and enjoyed dinner while looking out over Westonia Lake. It was an experience not easily forgotten. Westonia Scientific Laboratories. Ooh, I wonder how I get in there. More pleasant music. More merchant. Strange display device. Beneath the device it says Veneer Artifact number 713. Sharp markings appear to be detailing a complex chemical reaction. Ah. I have studied numbers all my life, and yet when I glanced at the chalkboard and saw the number 05-28-1983, I was puzzled. So we have our Westonia number. Westonia. 05-28-1983. Excellent. For some reason, I had to know what it meant. I've dedicated every hour since to unraveling the enigma, but no luck yet. I already looked at those, didn't I? Ah, the old familiar map. A wave of knowing nostalgia and profound angst wash over you as you behold your transitory home. No one on Firma can truly help you, but perhaps the veneer know paths back to Earth. Is this the previous world? Yeah, I see. I recognize it. Okay, interesting. Tiny book? And okay. Why does everybody have the merchant? An enigmatic series of metal tubes terminating into a rectangular box. Beneath the device it says Veneer Artifact number 561. One person, race, and world among. The rest of the parchment inscription is unreadable. Many people mistake the mystical properties created through mixing different monster remains as magic, when it's simply a matter of chemistry. I've spent my life experimenting on the chemistry of synthesis, and I've been lucky enough to find several powerful combinations. You heard of the rejuvenating cloak or the elemental helm? Both are my designs. Sadly, I've hit a dead end in my research. I believe I've stumbled upon an extremely powerful synthesis recipe, but I can't find ingredients that match the properties I need. The ingredients I need are hearts of extremely powerful beasts. Ordinary monsters that you encounter outside of town will not be strong enough to create the results that I want. If you find these powerful beasts' hearts, I'll be willing to let you keep the final product as a reward. Huh. Interesting. So, what was this building again? I've forgotten completely. This is the scientific laboratories. Okay. Go to write this down real quick. Be back in a jiff. Okay. So, let's head down for now. I figured I'd make a note of that just in case I find them later and don't remember to come back to these places. I would rather like to. It's an interesting place. As you ponder the bizarre engravings in fine detail, you readily appreciate how even the most educated elves might confuse such scientific wizardry with magic. Earth is littered with ancient artifacts of lesser technological sophistication. How odd, then, that Terra and Firma seemingly operate in reverse. Perhaps some vast ancient intellect has been yet unnoticed on Earth? Perhaps that's what is being hinted at. Alright, nothing here. Let's keep it going down. All kinds of things here. Strange device doesn't appear to be functional. The strange display changes more quickly than you can comprehend. You wonder what the strange sequence of symbols and numbers means. It doesn't matter if they don't tell us what they are. So, continuing on to floor... wait, what? Did I lose a floor here? No, okay, this is floor 1, and therefore floor 2. Anything of interest here? Collection of scribbled wild theories on the origin of veneer technology. The solution simply eludes me. Years of research and the design of the machine does not come to me, but I will press on. More traveling merchant. And various crystals, synthesis recipe requiring otherworldly items. I happen to have some of those, technically speaking. I never got rid of all of my synthesis things from the last game. What about you, sir? What do you have to say? I've been studying the technology that powers the teleporter which links Westonia with the floating fortress. It's an incredibly advanced technology that we never have been able to invent on our own. However, I think we may be able to reproduce it. Unfortunately, it will require metals that are extremely rare. In fact, I'm not even sure that the metals exist in raw form on Firma, but I have developed blueprints for a device called radar that should be able to pinpoint this metal. At this point, I don't have the necessary pieces to construct the radar, but I have colleagues who should be able to help find the necessary items. If you're able to harness the teleportation technology, it's conceivable that you could teleport to any town on Firma. You're interested in helping me construct the radar and come one step closer to teleportation? Excellent, take this blueprint. It contains all the information you'll need. Excellent. Seek out my colleges in Tizzaran, Theopolis, and Hopgar. Tell them you're working with me on radar, and they should tell you what you need to know. Okay. Another note, be right back. Alright. So yet another long-form quest to do. Good lord, so many books on the Traveling Merchant. I love all things enigmatic. Did you know that a former king of Theopolis created an underground labyrinth to torture prisoners? or that the elves protected their valuables with logic conundrums, you'll find puzzles in the strangest places. I'm writing a book chronicling all the puzzles scattered throughout our bizarre world. If you're going to find and solve any of these enigmas, let me know and I will reward you. Can't quite afford a reward for every puzzle, but how about every other puzzle? I think that should be fair. You've completed 6 puzzles so far. My book is really taking shape thanks to you. Please take this as a reward. Ooh, Resurrection Elixir, Massive SP Orb, excellent, and Refreshing Elixir, and a lot of money. Phoenix Ashes, good lord. I suppose that's 3 cents of reward, but still. Oh no, those sound really nice. Goodness, how much is there? Can I start walking now? No. Okay, goodness. Okay, let's see what else we have here. More Diary of Traveling Merchant. Ladder down. And chest. Alright, I think that's everything in the scientific labs, so let's head back this way, head down, head out, and on to the next place. This place also, presumably, has a roof that I've not been to as far as I know. I feel the deepest sympathies for the unfortunate citizenry of Rockwood. The destruction of a goblin enclave or elven city is sad, but the loss of a human town is truly horrific. Wonder why it's more horrific than the others. Well, it did say she was a sectarian, so I suppose that just means she, sympathizes with humans more, being a human herself. I don't think that's quite normally how you'd meet, but considers humans a sect, I suppose. Or maybe it's unrelated. Hard to say. Good old goblins. Sacred Tree is sanctuary for goblin. We listen and it teaches us how to grow strong instead of fight each other. Tree ancient. First goblin come from tree. It beginning and end. Beauty of the Great Tree by Klee. No other sight can compare to the brilliant green leaves of the sacred goblin tree shimmering in a pleasant breeze, with the snowy wonderland of the northern tundra serving as a contrasting backdrop. Alright, on to the next building and or person. Apartment 12W. The humans to which I have made acquaintances are diverse in outlook. Indeed, I am surprised they hold their villages together. They differ so widely in how every aspect of society should be conducted. And the chest. Ultra Blitz Tonic, excellent. Apartment 11W. You'll never see a dwarf wearing the frayed robes fair by the elves. I'd rather have my toes snapped off by a phoenix. The old world of Firm is filled with madness. Any dwarf going above ground will be wearing as much metal as his strength will enable him to burden. The dwarves have a surprising tolerance for alcohol that one would not expect, based on their size. Many humans who have had the opportunity to try one of their extremely stout Svartan ales have been quickly rendered unconscious after drinking too quickly. Large magic potion, and on to the next building. Or apartment, rather. And the next apartment is a shop, eventually. Aha, up here. In the chest. What sort of equipment do you have for me, sir? All emerald stuff, don't care. Me like to sit and watch human trade. One human say, "Me scared, how much for armor?" But he point to cheap armor. Not sure why human want cheap armor. Doesn't he buy to save from sharp weapon? Human's so confusing. My human neighbor has expended years procuring elaborate armor that would be defenseless against a sharp stick. I shall never understand the human penchant for style over substance. And whole elemental. Let's see what's across this way, because I couldn't get to this roof before. I won the Ovarian Lottery. I mean, I was born here of all places. It just as easily could have been Rockwood. Blessed veneer, I cannot take one more bite, or the buttons of my shirt will pop off. I've never relished such delectable fare. Only 500 gold, restores 250. Nah, no thank you. I'm not hungry. And this is back to a place we've been, right? Obviously the chest is open. Okay. Now I know where I am. Oh, they have a lovely little park on top. Does this connect over this way? Yeah, it does. Okay, good lord, this place is going to be bloody confusing. You know what would really make this central park awe-inspiring? Transplant the Tree of Life to this rooftop. Many scoff at the idea, but we dreamers have built this amazing city and yet we can't move one tree. Some say that the roots go too deep. Hogwash. We'll continue to dig until we find the tips of the roots. Of course, as we know, if we pay attention to the lore, all the trees of life roots are connected. I often stroll through the forests, wondering surrounding Westonia, and reflect on how goblins regard their sacred tree. I wonder whether we should discourage their fixation on the luminous. Reverence for nature is fine, but their focus is overwrought when directed at a tree simply because it has lasted a bit longer than the ones next to it. It feels so strange here in the very heart of the largest city on Firma to be engulfed by the full splendor of nature. This park dates back centuries and you can feel the age of these old-growth trees. Think of how differently this city must have been hundreds of years ago when these trees were but still saplings. Sacred tree more than just big tree. It's hard to explain if you're not goblin. All tree part of it, grass and river part of it. Goblin thankful for tree every time they eat fish or fruit or anything else. This all true, but story more important than truth. Sounds good to me. And this will be on back to where we've been. Okay. And a stairwell to more apartments. Yes, stairwell, thank you. Apartment 21C. Preserving the freedom of the individual while also maintaining the authority necessary for a functioning society is the thin, blurry line navigated by the World Council. Okay. And chest. 40,000 gold. $3,700. Okay. Moving on. C. I wonder how long we can persist. I miss the monotonous days of business as usual. This letter addressed to the World Council demanding additional troops to fortify Westonia. A bit of gold, excellent. And an elixir. Anything else hiding in here? Ah, full magic potion, excellent. Moving on. 12C. The goblins have many folk stories and superstitions, passing certain themes to successive generations. Each retelling includes some embellishment, heightening the haunting, heroism, and the like. These myths provide an explanation for some aspect of nature when a ready explanation is unavailable. Naturally, I wouldn't treat any oral account as equivalent to properly documented historical fact. But when these myths result in no harm, I see nothing to criticize. Bubble tonic, excellent. Continuing on. Alright, where are we? If we talk to you, no idea. I would just as soon slice a goblin open than endure endless, inane inquiries. Still, I find them interesting for their trading practices. At first, their rapid succession of trades seemed chaotic and without strategic purpose, and yet a careful goblin can scavenge iron with the trained eye of a master blacksmith and trade to great effect, accumulating vast wealth. Interesting. Okay, we've been to that's the rooftop dwarf pub, gotcha. Back to the magic laboratories. These are, wait, are these different apartments? Yes, they are, but I think I've talked to them already. Yep. Okay, excellent. But have we been to the building on top? I think so. Plenty of water nearby for me to fish. It's my favorite thing to do when it gets noisy during the day. Sometimes human and elf come too, but me no best spot. I've fished all over Firma, be it saltwater, ice water, or freshwater. I've even mastered the art of fishing with my deluxe fishing spear, but I've always wondered if there was more. I've heard rumor that there is a true master of fishing who is able to catch the giants of the sea with his spear. Those must only be rumors, right? How could anyone possibly hope to catch a leviathan? I mean, I used to do it with a fishing pole. More apartments. Ooh, something. Oh, I can't look at it. Okay, fine. Do you come into everyone's house uninvited? Yes. Yes, I do. Written in an encrypted code that I can't decipher. I bet you I could give him time. $11 NE. A little money. Excellent. Potions. Oh, that's the person I thought you were a plant. I wish my late husband were here so I could talk with him. His gentle words of encouragement were my foundation. My memories of him must serve to sustain me. And magic potions. Don't mind me, just talking to you, robber. Alright. 21 NE. Goblins joining together. In the past, such cooperation was unheard of. Each race would regularly accuse the other of treachery, and the result was equally shared misery. SP orbs are always lovely, working against my thief some skills, so... And the stairwell, only one... I guess so. Aha, but the stairwell has potions. And what is this? Community garden. Excellent. Can I pick it? I know I'm not technically part of the community, but still. I want it. Estonia Lake Viewpoint. I keep mistaking people for plants. The young races have emerged from humble beginnings to stand among us on the World Council. Not as equals, of course, but here to represent themselves. A coordinated answer to the destruction of Rockwood is the appropriate tactic in modern Firma. Ooh, a lovely pool. How about this? Welcome to the Healing Spree. Pool is free of use to casino high rollers such as yourself. Enjoy. I guess I'm still a high roller from the previous game, perhaps? Does it do anything for me, I wonder? The spa's marvelous. Muscles that I didn't even know I had are relaxed for the first time in years. I had no idea the perks and pampering associated with the High Rollers Club, but wow, is it worth it. Many lesser gamblers mistake lack of cunning for misfortune. I haven't amassed a great fortune at this casino by chance. I've earned my gold through keen intellect. Players such as myself warrant the benefits of the High Rollers Club. Someone such as yourself will never understand. Shove the pompous high roller into the water fully closed? Yes. You'll never be more than mongrel brutes. No, not gonna shoot him. Guard, shoot this hoodling again in the lesson. Oh, you're gonna be sad, yo. I don't know, actually, you're Royal Guard's goodness. I have changed up my skills a little bit. Hellfire sounds good. I doubt I need advanced scouting. So let's not use it yet. And we have... Didn't we have something at... Well, let's hit everybody to start with. Your HP's fine, so we shall ICBM. Very lovely music. Oh, excellent. I love when they get a chance to hit themselves. I overhate when they get a chance to hit me. Sadly, they're going to be broken out of sleep, unless I miss people. Okay, this is going to be a tougher fight. So let us do something about that. What do we think? Little citadel? Yeah, that sounds good. Give yourselves an ultra scan. I mean, you're still just going to hit people. All enemies do 200% damage. Lovely. And a mass life drain will bring you back up, hopefully to full. And I can check how much HP they have. Ooh, giant SP orbs, eh? I should have just shot the guy in the chest. Gonna call a freaking royal guard on me. Good lord. We've got one fellow on fire. I imagine that'll do good damage, right? Wonder how much HP they have at this point. Let us find out. About halfway down. Okay. So, we continue with the hits. 4 random enemies. Oh, there's 4. Sounds fun. Let's give it a try. Rain of Death. I mean, obviously you're going to keep hitting. And I think we should have enough at this point. 1 down, and man, I love those SP potions. Or orbs, rather. Man, they're hitting him like a ton of bricks. Oh, that's really cool. Survive, sir? No, you do not. You're nothing more than a puffed up bully. I don't have to take this abuse. Aren't I? I made a mistake. I just robbed people. Whoops. It's restricted to high rollers, so they don't consider me a high roller. And I just got there via roof access. I feel that's a design issue. Alright, let's head on down. Oh, hello, sir. If I hear one more person breathlessly exclaim the phrase, Decadal World Council, I'll give them a beating they'll never remember. The quiet grandeur of Westonia is ruined by the throngs of tourists. At least the elves offered me some respite by closing the borders, but still, everyone needs to go back home and await the rulings of the World Council. The presence of these onlookers will not change a damn thing. Well, certainly grumpy indeed. Alright, so somewhere around here is the casino. Do you want a normal input match game? Pay 200 tokens, you currently have 0 tokens. Okay, so it's token based. Interesting. I'll chat with some people, play a piano. Very nice music. Yes, stop playing. Halfway to the high roller and a single pull the lever. That's right, I pulled a perfect spin on the ultimate level slot machine and won 250,000 tokens. I can't decide if I want to buy something or use it to continue on my way to high roller status. Want a drink? No thanks. Don't you think Aureus is the most handsome man in Firma? If I can just arrange a meeting with him, I know he'd feel the same way about me. Spessy guards have been annoyingly stubborn about letting me see him, though. Imagine it. Aureus and I married and living in the lap of luxury for the rest of our lives. No more scrimping and saving, only the finest for the wife of Aureus. Becoming a high roller is not a matter of luck, but rather strategy and dedication. Even though I've been coming to the casino for several months, I've managed to refrain from playing. I simply observe other players' performance and compile the dispassionate probabilities for each game. I've come to the conclusion that the slot machine, while having the largest payouts, is also the most random at the highest difficulties. At the other end of the chance skill spectrum, the button mashing game is dependent only on a player's skill. For that reason, I've decided to hone my button mashing abilities until I can consistently score the highest payout. It may take months, but logically it's the safest course of action for becoming a high roller. My wife is going to slay me. Our life saving is gone, all in the name of another shot at the slot machines. How could I have been so stupid? And yet, in the brightest excitement of the moment, I thought of nothing except the grand opportunity for riches. Ah. The lounge. Excellent. Continuing on. What are you? Button mash game. Mash action as many times as possible in 10 seconds. Payouts at 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 95, and 100. No, thank you. Good day, would you like to purchase some casino tokens? The current rate is 10 gold per token. You currently have 0 tokens. Yes, please. How much gold would you like to see? 10 gold per token. So, some multiple of 10? It's been like 100,000. Thank you for your purchase. You now have 10,000 tokens. So you list the fluctuating gold to token price, which is settled on 10 tokens per gold recently. Certain blacklisted persons who cannot purchase tokens. Gold to token exchanges. List the schedules for several casino employees. High Rollers Club, of course. And down here is what? Would you like to place a bet on the next Moa race? The payout is 4 times your wager. Minimum is 9,999 tokens. Not right now. Please stop by anytime. So I guess that's the track. Did you know the casino is hiring hunters to trap and return Moas for the races? You don't even have to be able to tame Moas. They have their own Moa tamers. They just ask you to ride the Moas back from the wilderness to Estonia. Still, it's pretty dangerous. Greetings, Philip, stunning citizen. You look like the honest type. Kinda interested in some honest work. We pay in tokens. Tell me more. It's simple, really. See those birds? Nature's oddity for sure. They're fast, but not much else can be said for them, and their species is slowly dying off as our borders expand. So we trap them in the wild and bring them here to take care of them. In return, they provide entertainment in the form of races. Every year we cycle them back to the wild, though. Politics, that. See, despite our ethical bent, there's some folks that think we're merely miscreants. We've taken to riding our Moas to transport them, just to avoid the harassment. But our adversaries are getting more organized. They've even started throwing things at us. We need more skilled riders to evade pursuit. That's you. So how about it? Sure. Excellent. Right this way, sir. Okay. So a sort of minigame? So okay, so I jump. So it's a automatic side-scrolling kind of thing. Very tricky. Oh no. Okay, I can double jump. That's good to know. Oh, I can only do it once. Do I get to come back? Oh, I get a blue Moa? Oh, I'm going again. Okay. I got you. So I only get paid for picking up the money, I guess. Oh, I can only double jump though. Alright. And need to watch out for the rocks. Is that like 15 tokens, I suppose? Gotta watch out for that. And boom. Not bad. Careful. Hit it a little harder. A little hard to hit just the right distance. Woo. Oh, good lord. Apparently they pissed off some really powerful people. Alright. How do we back out? Welcome back. You completed 2 runs collecting 61 coins along the way. Going a single run with 50 furlongs. Now spin the wheel to get your coin bonus. Boom. 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 You got a 10 times bonus. That leaves you with a grand total of 610. Here's your tokens. Interesting. My races are enormously frustrating. I'll watch the races for a week to understand the strengths and weaknesses of each bird, and yet when it comes time to bet, the damn bird that I choose falls flat on its face. I don't know, maybe the Mo races are just too random to have consistent winnings. I suppose that's why it's gambling, right? Suppose that is in fact the case. Would you like to exchange your tokens for items? Ah, so I can't... Interesting. And it's basically 10 times the price in gold. I don't know if this... Ooh, these are... Being able to get the SP orbs sounds really nice, doesn't it? And ruby armor. I wonder if this will improve as we go. I mean, a lot of my stuff is still better than the ruby, but maybe once I modify it. Okay, we'll probably come back here later. But for just a general look at, not bad. And High Rollers Club, of course. You only let me into the High Rollers Club. What makes winning 500,000 tokens so special? I know if I can get in there, I can strike it rich in a single game. And I'm sorry, this area is restricted to High Rollers. Okay. So we'll have to explore that later. I might spend, I don't know, maybe an episode or two sometime here in a bit playing the casino. But for now, moving on. I can hardly believe my good fortune. All my arrangements for this trip were set when my boss came down sick and gave me the day off. Seeing no reason to stay, I left a day early. Just minutes after I passed through the Westonia gate, the elves announced that they were closing the gates. To think, if not for the coincidental sickness of my boss, I would have completely missed out. Alright, what do we got next here? Westonia Arena. Okay, let's talk to folk in there. We'll explore a bit of time doing this one as well. And loot stuff from chests. Welcome to the Stony Arena, where all your dreams of greatness can come true by fighting within these hallowed halls. Would you like more information on the arena? Not right now. I just want to chat to folks. The unchallenged victor fails in distinguishing himself from a coward. Daring dances of death evolve into dark demolitions of the damned when damage distresses the delicate. Good lord, okay. What about you, sir? My heart screams fight for glory, and yet my head whispers, don't be a fool. This inner war is tearing my mind asunder. Is discretion truly the better part of valor? What all is in here? Oh, that guy doesn't look good. Is that blood? You choose to compete in the arena. Please don't allow pride to be your downfall. I'll be here to help you if you fail, but it's my sincere hope that I spend my days studying medicine rather than practicing it on foolish gladiators. Can I talk to this guy? I let my pride get the best of me. It was a foolish choice to continue, but only one more fight was needed to earn the prize that I truly sought. Sure, I was injured already, but I planned to grit through the pain and emerge victorious. Sadly, such hubris begets only pain. The beasties attacked suddenly, and I was soon nursing my deep bruises and ego in this hospital bed. Very nice music, very Revolutionary War march kind of thing. Welcome, stranger. You look like a strong warrior who may fare well in the arena cups. Would you like to fight in the Tier 1 Cup? That's where everyone starts, even the greatest warriors of Firma. Not right now, thank you. Sorry, you may not enter until you're fighting in the arena. Welcome, stranger. Would you like to test your strength in the arena ladder? No. You can place wagers on arena battles here. The odds for each match are given as payout odds. Therefore, 50 to 1 odds mean that you will profit 50 gold for every 1 gold wagered. No, thank you. And you are Escort Mission Liaison. A lot of stuff here in the arena. And I see some loot up that way. To 2nd floor, hey? I'm not concerned about the 2nd floor yet. I see chests. Ultra Eagle Eye Tonic. Excellent. It's not the arena battle itself that makes me anxious. It's the waiting. The adrenaline courses through my veins and I must contain and control it until the moment of battle begins. In my experience, the battle is won or lost before the fighting even begins. Seems reasonable enough. This bed cursed. Sleep here, have strange dreams. Armies, battles, almost real. But sometimes no dreams. Ultra War Tonic. You have the look of a warrior who knows the pointy end of a metal stick. I'm sure you'll agree that experience is the key to prevailing in any battle. Knowing your enemy's weakness can cut down even the most formidable opponents. I researched the beasts that I'll be fighting in the arena by watching other gladiators spar beforehand. That's good advice, really. What is this? The kitchen. Don't become a chef unless you truly love to cook. It's tireless work that will gradually drain anyone who isn't absolutely committed to serving extraordinary cuisine to their comrades every day and all day. Does not sound that fun. Oh, hello. Before each arena battle, I carefully consider which weapon to bring into the fray. Will be a sword, spear, or axe. If the enemy is quick, they may attempt to paralyze me before I can strike. For those situations, I'll take a spear so I can preempt their attack. If it's a sluggish beast with tons of brute strength, I'll take an axe to deal extra damage without fear of missing my attack. For those enemies that are a mixture of these characteristics, I'll take the sword, which is the intermediate weapon of choice. Okay. And on to the next floor. A lot of stuff all over this place. Ring shop. I'm assuming the standard fare. I've got... I could get a couple more of these. That looks pretty good, actually. Okay. And what about you? Welcome to the Arena Armor Shop. Now, as a gladiator, you can only access our emerald equipment. Train hard and maybe you'll have access to our ruby equipment. That sounds interesting. I wonder if I can get that earlier access through that. Weapon shop. The same thing? Buy common emerald equipment? Yep. Okay. And moving right along. The lounge. Don't you know that you don't bother a man when he's eating? Quick play on the piano. Can't actually hear it, but oh well. Want a drink? No, thank you. Owner's residence. Private. Greetings. I am an excellent appraiser of talent, and just from the look of you, I believe you'd do well in the gladiatorial contests. Please, accept my hearty encouragement to join us. And loot my stuff. Everybody else heard that, right? Suggest we could take his stuff. Famous gladiators. Let's... Sure. Many brave men and women dream of glory in the arena pit, but the truth is that many fail in their pursuit of fame and gladiatorial triumph. Only 1 in 100 becomes a legend of the arena. The Westonia Arena was founded by the elves over 5,000 years ago, but it was not open to humans or goblins until approximately 2,500 years ago. The first legendary gladiator of the arena was Theoden, the druid of Tizaran. His unequaled magic annihilated every horde of monsters he ever faced in the arena. I wonder if we'll fight as a party or alone. Based on the previous, I assume party, though it'll treat it, it really just pays attention to your main characters, so... Hard to be absolutely certain. Where are we now? Every day in which elves, humans, dwarves, and goblins peacefully cohabitate is another day of evidence against those who encourage only acrimony among the races. Half-written letter to Decadal World Council asking to rebuild Rockwood. Building Westonia? World Capital of Westonia has stood unchanged for untold centuries. The ancient elven builders and mages took 120 years to complete the majestic edifices that still stand today. Have you ever seen such marvelous sight? Have you visited the wonders of the engineering laboratories yet? Yes? Most delightful contraptions, don't they? I think I visited anyways. Oh, this place is so huge. Dragon fountains. I think, to be honest, I am going to consider this a... Now, I think it's the last building before we get to, the World Council, so let's do this real quick. Goblins are intriguing to observe, never more than when they first began to attend council meetings. Hygiene and intellect aside, goblin strength in numbers is now fundamental to our mutual survival. Volundra is a beautiful example of classical elven architecture, and yet it cannot compete with the reverence one feels when looking up at the floating fortress. Who could be its architect? It was only 500 years ago that we discovered the answer, the Vanir. In the early days of the elves, the floating fortress was thought to be a house of the gods, but such myths have faded into superstition. I believe the reality of the Vanir's authorship is more astounding than conjuring up gods for an explanation. I mean, the Vanir are pretty much gods, so is it kind of a moot point? Alright. Got a chest and nothing else in here, it looks like. But full potion. And some gold. Excellent. $12 NW. Months ago, I moved here from Rockwood, and I feel terrible for my departure when they needed me most. And nothing else here, let's move on. So we've been down here, yeah, it's a place on the roof. Got a goblin out here. One day it's so hot and we sit under a tree with many shade. It not sacred tree because it too small, but it nice. We hear the people on busy street, but it fade away so I can listen to sacred tree. I tell Elf about it, and they say be mindful and to tell the other goblin. Alright. Interesting. If I talk to you, hard to get used to this place. Me like Grimlar because it's so quiet. Too many people running around here. They too busy to talk. And Grimlar, you ask how somebody doing when they travel past? You ask about what they ate and if they find new treasure. Not here. No, everyone rushing. Everything too important to talk to friendly goblin. Don't they want to know about treasure I find in their room? Haha. That's what you get for not talking to the goblins. Alright, so that's the casino. I'm pretty sure we went to this place already. Yeah, I remember that. Okay. I wonder if we'll get in trouble for beating up that one guy down up there. Already done that. Moving on, we have a few other areas, but I think they're further on. We have the Tree of Life, and the castle teleporter. Alright. It's been a scattered mishmash of an episode, but nonetheless, I do hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think. If you prefer to see it out of the way, if you prefer to see like every single bit of me crawling through this place, let me know in the comments. But until next time, catch you later.